It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fans. I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to 2K Sports. I'm here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. The fans are filling the seats out in Boston, the site of our broadcast, and where the Celtics will be going up against the Sacramento Kings. And guys, for the Kings, their last game was the first bright spot of their campaign.
Tell them sit down. Be humble. Sit down.
It's the NBA, and David Aldridge is standing by for our pregame report. David, good evening.
Well, guys, Sacramento Kings coach Dave Yeager started out coaching in the minor leagues. And every year he'd attend NBA training camps, but especially ones with teams that had big roster turnover. He said a coach who's had his team together calls out a drill.
Thanks, David, and it's clear that Coach Yeager is a details guy, an impressive young coach. And still, Chris, a lot of games left. Talk about the marathon of an 82-game season. Boy, it seems like a lot.
Man, you have to control your emotions. You have to control your energy. It is grueling. There's so many ups and downs in the seasons. There's so many momentum changes for you and for others that you have to keep a constant focus. And so 82 games, you know, college, that's about 30 games. And so if you're a rookie, you're playing about 3 of those seasons. And even if you're a veteran, you're going to get tired right before All-Star break. So how do you manage your body? How do you recuperate? How do you keep focus on those tough, cold nights during the winter? That all takes part in becoming a great player.
Real balancing act for sure.
It is a balancing act. It's how do you figure out balancing your mind, balancing your focus, and then balancing your body, staying off your legs.
Let's take a look at our starters for Sacramento. Inside, it's Zebo and Cauley-Stein. Buddy Hield is out there with Fox. And it's Bogdanovich in at the 3 spot. And the foul on Marcus Smart. That is his first foul of the game. Irving against Fox. They set the screen. Shot clock at 6. From deep. You can't hit that time. Now the Celtics take it the other way. Their last game, a win against San Antonio, looking to carry that into this one.
And I love the fact that they did such a good job of really reacting to what the defense was giving them.
Yeah, all about IQ. You're right. They made smart in-game adjustments. I mean, they seemed a step ahead all night.
Stolen by Monroe. Now the fast break. Tatum with the ball. Here's the 3. And again, Boston with the triple.
And how about the quick hands there by Tatum? Terrific anticipation as he comes up with that steal and able to convert that defense into offense.
Hield kicks to Cauley-Stein. Outside, Bogdanovich. And it's Jason Tatum with the foul. That's his first foul. Fox with it. Guarded now by Irving. Fox kicks to Hield. 5 on the clock.
He's clanking everything to start this game.
Sacramento again missing. And Buddy Hield, the centerpiece of the DeMarcus Cousins trade. Talk about what makes him, Greg, so intriguing.
Well, the Wooden Award winner in his senior season, he led Oklahoma to the Final Four. And how about leading the nation in three-pointers made? I think that can translate to the NBA level and could make him a difference maker.
Now, here's Bogdanovich. Greg Monroe unable to get his shot to go. And Bogdanovich kicks to Fox. Knocks it loose. Out of bounds, Boston takes possession. Just a moment to look back at how things were last season for this team as we look at the shot breakdown for the Kings.
And it was a versatile offense they featured. So many teams these days rely heavily on the three-point shot, but they kept it balanced. The triple was still a big part of what they did, but it wasn't the only thing they did.
The lead pushed to double digits.
Aggressive coming out of the gate here, guys. Wow.
Yeah, you got to love it. Everything's working. Offense, defense, already a big lead.
Now, here's Fox. A 26-point game for him in the win against Indiana.
Well, Kevin, on top of that, with the defense trying to take shot opportunities away from him, he finds a way to get himself to the line.
And the foul on Marcus Smart. That'll be his second foul of the game.
And that's already his second foul. He may have to spend some time on the bench to stay out of early fouls.
Jaylen Brown's checked in for Boston. So the Kings called timeout. They're first. They defeated Indiana in their last match.
Playing on the road, always a challenge, but it becomes a heck of a lot easier when you can shoot the three ball the way they did.
Oh, no doubt. And when you're hitting a high percentage on the perimeter, everything becomes easier.
Now, here's Fox. Kicks to Cauley Stein. Takes a big high bounce and goes in.
Well, you love seeing Cauley Stein rise up and try to get the shot off as soon as he keeps the pass. He's trying to keep the D guessing at times so they don't know what he's going to do.
Irving against Fox. A three ball. And Kyrie Irving gets the three. Irving's got 6 points.
Yeah, great outside shooting, really fueling this run.
Fox kicks to Cauley Stein. Sacramento moving it around. Here's Randolph. The shot, no good. Good work defensively by Morris.
Yeah, the Celtics have stars with Hayward and Kyrie Irving, but their strength is their depth. Not a lot of fat on this roster. They're all capable.
Defensively, they've got to pick up the intensity. Hard to win surrendering this high a field goal percentage.
Here's Fox. Following the basket by Marcus Morris. Cauley Stein dishes to Heel. Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. Marcus Morris picks one up there.
Hill is so quick on the drive, blasting through the defense, easily getting all the way to the cup.
And the Celtics collecting assets, but there's only so many roster spots.
Well, Coach Stevens said he wouldn't employ traditional roles with this team. It really breaks it down to ball handling.
Here's what Sacramento's going with right now. Kufis checked in for Cauley Stein. This year comes in for Zach Randolph. And it's Amon Shumpert in for Bogdanovich. Conley with the three, and the Celtics hit again from deep.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give them from behind the arc.
Fox passes to Kufis. Knocked away. And pushing it up, here's Boston. Throws down the breakaway jam.
Oh, what incredible precision. Brown cutting the D to pieces with his pass.
The Kings trail by 15. There's the dish to Kufis. And down it goes. Dunked through off a wonderful assist.
And if that doesn't get them fired up, guys, nothing will.
Greg, just what the doctor ordered, huh? Some high-flying antics to narrow the deficit.
Well, also a miscommunication on defense. No one rotates over. See ya.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
59 seconds left to play here in the first. For Sacramento, they've gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. Greg, you ask a lot of GMs. De'Aaron Fox, probably the fastest player in this year's rookie class.
And he plays at one speed. That's lightning. I mean, he's got speed to burn. And maybe not quite as fast as, say, John Wall, but he isn't far behind. He uses that quickness well also in terms of just busting seams on the offense. And at the other end, he can be an outstanding defender as he was at Kentucky.
Now here's Conley to the middle. Tries from 7. And the basket good. A bank shot that time. Baines has got his second bucket of the game to go.
And from the opening tip, they just crushed it. You see it now on the scoreboard.
Yeah, particularly on offense where they've been completely in sync. Terrific first quarter.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Back to Hayward. From deep three-point range, the long-distance three is buried.
And they are shooting the lights out from distance here early.
Out left to the wing. And Shumpert kicks to Temple. Back to Labissiere with 4 seconds on the clock. Good as the jump shot falls. Labissiere's got his first bucket in this one. From deep. And the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And so it's Boston. With a sizable lead as the quarter wraps up, they're ahead 16 points. They've kept the tempo quick and the defense on its heels, and it's gotten them up big. Back right after this. Well, not exactly a close game so far, but as the second quarter starts here, plenty of time. Boston leading by 16. On the court right now for the Kings, you've got Skal Labissiere. Fox is out there with Garrett Temple. Then there's Koufos, and it's Shumpert in at the 3 slot. At the top of the key, Labissiere. Ball's knocked loose. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Michael Conley. That'll be his second foul of the game. Well, Chris, you played for a number of coaches in your storied career. What's the one thing that the average NBA fan doesn't give coaches enough credit for, would you say?
Wow. I would say they don't give coaches enough credit for understanding players, and not just how players play, but understanding players' moods, understanding the idiosyncrasies of a guy's just being. Just the fact that they're totally immersed in basketball. So the fact that you may have a guy that knows offense, coach knows offense, he knows defense, he knows styles of plays, he knows more than the offense that he's just bringing to the table. So I would just say I think the overall knowledge and years put in to being a coach is probably the most underestimated attribute by fans.
That's great. And Smart with a clear path to the hoop.
Oh! Come on. Did you see that? Did you see that? Well, he is hyped after that slam. Smart, giving us some entertainment.
Special thanks to Under Armour for that sweet replay we just saw. Another Unleash Chaos moment. And it's Koufos missing. Celtics leading by 20. Pass to Smart. Here's Baines. Banked in off the glass. Timeout. Baines has got 6 points.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento.
Yeah, the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they got to talk about.
Ooh, this is ugly. No question about it. And you wonder if these matchups aren't favoring them right now.
Here's what Sacramento's going with right now. Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Koufos. Randolph comes in for Labissiere. And it's Bogdanovich in for Iman Shumpert. And Morris throws it down.
Oh, nice look there from Smart, finding the open man.
Here's Fox. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Randolph.
Oh, did you see that? I tell you what, you've got to build a wall around the bucket to keep this man from attacking.
And Greg, even then, he might just go over it. Check out the elevation he gets here. My goodness. And Fox has it in the corner. Temple can't get it to go. Celtics leading by 22. Guess you had some amazing years with the Kings. Thinking back on it, what was one of your favorite moments in this jersey?
Wow, clinching the West in 2002. Really thought that was going to be our year. Having my jersey retired by the team was pretty special as well. And, just the fans, when you getting buckets in front of those fans, it's nothing like it. And so just the memories I have being part of the community of Sacramento. Terrific pass work. That shot's a lot easier after an assist like that.
On its way from Irving for 2. Misses off the left iron.
And look, if he can start turning some of these misses into makes, their lead is going to take a big jump.
Temple can't get it to go. The Celtics have gotten exactly half their shots to go down here in the second, 5 of 10. Here's Morris. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
You really admire how fierce Morris is on the glass. He never gives up on keeping the next possession alive.
Fox dishes to Randolph. and count it from 19 feet away.
Well, he struggled out of the gate, but now he's really cooking in the second quarter.
Celtics leading by 22. Outside Irving. The three-pointer is right on target. Irving's got 9 points.
Oh, and that's his first 3 of the second quarter. Third overall in this game.
And Temple kicks to Bogdanovich. And stolen by Hayward for the finish. And Hayward with the stuff.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively, turning into easy points.
To the inside, Randolph. Basket is good, and he'll get a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing. They call it old school. That's what it is when you watch Zach Randolph play the game of basketball. He's got such great skill and touch around the basket. We call it the old man game, and I tell you what, he gets it done every night.
Tatum, he's checked in for Boston. Jaylen Brown comes in for Marcus Smart. And the Kings also making a change. Hield's checked in. You know, as you've said, Greg, all the time, Zach Randolph can roll out of bed and get you 20.
I mean, he's just a natural scorer. He can post up, he can face up, and he just stays with it. An excellent offensive rebounder. This guy just has that nuance to his game that's made him so effective.
And stolen by Kyrie Irving. And a fast break now for the Celtics. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
I gotta love how Irving forces the issue. He makes the D get aggressive with him. He's skilled at getting to the line.
This is his first free throw of the game. That free throw good from Kyrie Irving.
And just think about this. Kyrie Irving in his single season at Duke, he only played 11 games. He was limited to 11 games. Still, he was the #1 overall pick. That's just game. And then he justified it winning Rookie of the Year. Incredible.
Catching up on the changes for Sacramento. Kufis checked in for Cauley Stein. And it's Amon Shumpert in for Garrett Temple. Irving, good.
3-pointers are killing them at this point, and they haven't been able to respond at the other end.
Knocks it loose. Shumpert against Irving. Outside Shumpert. He dishes it to Bogdanovich. 6 on the shot clock, and that's out of bounds. Sacramento will retain possession. And Kyrie Irving with a historically great rookie campaign, but some have said he hasn't improved a whole lot on that big entrance into the NBA.
His defense is still a work in progress, and that's what he has to shore up if he's going to enter the conversation for maybe best point guard in the world. But to me, he's already in that conversation.
Skal Labissière's checked in for Zach Randolph. And there's the bucket from Tatum.
And I like the fact that Tatum has not abandoned the inside game. Solid at finding space around the rim to score.
And stolen by Tatum. Out of bounds, Sacramento takes possession. .32 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. The offensive rebound. Yep, that one goes in there.
Oh, and just look at Labissière, just staying after it and creating additional opportunities for his team.
19 seconds left in the first half of basketball. And it's Baines missing.
Everyone in the building thought that one was going to go in, including me. That's just shocking he blew it.
They get a hand on it, and that's out of bounds. Sacramento will retain possession. Shot by Hield, nobody around. No good on the quick 3. With 1 on the clock, the shot, no good. And so a pretty lopsided game through the first half. Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just...
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime
Welcome,
Show.
everybody. So far, a pretty one-sided first half. Ernie Johnson with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. What a game it's been for Kyrie Irving. He ended up with 15 points and 1 rebound. Kenny, what's your take on Boston so far?
I love how they opened the game up. They pushed the ball up court at every opportunity, and they put the defense on their heels. But it wasn't just a track meet. It was a well-thought-out strategy that the coaches had way before.
And that wraps up halftime as the...
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. You look at Kyrie Irving in this game. Boston's gone downtown 13 times in this game, and they're just over 50%, 7 of 13 on threes. We've got Tatum. Craig Monroe is out there with Morris. Then there's Smart, and it's Irving at the 1 spot. That's the group for Brad Stevens getting going here in the second half. Well, Chris, you can't shortchange this roster, but their coach, Brad Stevens, one of the best in the game.
Well, you remember his 6 years at Butler? He took them to the title game twice. I mean, what he's done with this team is no less impressive.
From past the arc, it's hauled in by the Kings. At the conclusion of this game, they're off to Detroit, where they'll face the Pistons. That'll be the last game of their very short 3-game road tour. It's tipped.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And there's the bucket from Tatum.
And look at the focus. I mean, Tatum's not going to allow the defense to overwhelm him. Simply keeping his eyes on the bucket there and cashing in down low.
Healed the pass to Randall. Over Morris, and that one goes long. Boston's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Smart dishes to Monroe. Morris outside. Irving for 3. That doesn't go in either for Irving. And the foul on Marcus Smart. That's his 3rd foul of the game. And we're just about a minute and a half into the 3rd quarter of basketball. Right side, Bogdanovich. And he uses the glass on the layup. Bogdanovich has got his first points of the night.
He got pretty much a free run to the hoop right there. They might just count those as automatic points.
And the foul called on Marcus Morris. That's his 3rd foul of the game. The Kings have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Ball's knocked loose. Fox kicks to Hield. Over Smart. Rebounded by Greg Monroe. Monroe's got his 6th rebound on the night.
They haven't gotten their legs back. Just 1 for 4 to start the second half.
Indicative of what we've seen tonight. One team being the aggressor, the other failing to react.
You know the saying, numbers don't lie. You can see it up there on the scoreboard.
Hield kicks to Randall. Now the fast break. Tatum with the ball. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Really easy to appreciate Tatum's ability. Doesn't back away from the contact when he's in attack mode at the rim.
The Celtics shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night. And he can't get the first one. And Chris, the team you spent the most time with in your career, the Sacramento Kings, what was it like playing in a smaller market? And do you think that's changed for star players today?
You know, I love playing for the city of Sacramento and the fans. Because we were a small market, I think we had some of the most passionate fans that I've ever seen in the NBA. But it was also tough, especially playing on the West Coast. You're the second or the late game. On the East Coast, many people don't see you. You don't have necessarily the support of everyone else because you're not in the larger city. So it definitely could be tough. But when you're playing a team like the Lakers or you're playing other Goliaths, you love it and you embrace that small David type aspect. And so I do think it's changed because of social media. I do think it's changed because of the internet and specifically the apps that you can now go into the locker room before and after the game. You can get a guy's thoughts right after he made a big shot or missed a big shot. And So I think if you would have had those tools, maybe it'll be different. But I think now definitely it really doesn't matter what market you play in. I mean, we were a small market at that time, but look, since it's been the OKCs and other teams that kind of have made everybody excited about basketball. So I don't think market plays that big of a part as far as your exposure and how much fans get to see you anymore.
Good overview.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
But they get it back. Here's Temple, guarded by Smart. And a fast break now for the Celtics. Hayward's running. And the whistle blows, so a chance here for a three-point play.
Too many inches being given up in that matchup. I mean, he's got no chance of putting a stop to that layup.
The Celtics shooting their 5th free throw of the game here.
And a season ago at the charity stripe, this is a group that shot an impressive 81%.
Temple gets the bucket.
How about the awareness there from Fox? You got to love seeing how he is such a willing passer in finding the open man.
Hayward kicks to Conley, shoots over Fox, and it's good off the back rim and in. Conley's got his 2nd bucket tonight.
And just enough wiggle room to get off his shot.
Well, when you're at a size disadvantage, sometimes the mid-range is better than inside. You get a little more space. You don't allow the shot blocker to get up on you, and also you can use your handles and your quickness.
And stolen by Hayward. Out of bounds, Sacramento will take possession. And the Celtics making a change here. Baines is checked in. 1:42 left here in the 3rd quarter. Fox passes to Labissiere. On the wing, Shumpert. Back to Labissiere. Poke loose. Brown kicks to Baines. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Baines has got 8.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Fox dishes to Temple. And here come the Celtics again. Boston with the fast break. Brown the pass to Conley. Yep, it counts. Conley's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Oh, you love the movement. I mean, Brown just zipping these passes over quickly.
Dishes to Labissiere. Conley against Fox. Lays it up off the glass. He has 6. There's 48 seconds left to play here in the 3rd. Conley against Fox. Takes a 3. Again, Conley missing. The Kings have gone an even 50% from the floor here in the 3rd quarter. 4 of 8. To the paint. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And I really love Fox's game. He's got a ton of room to grow, but boy, does he play with intensity.
He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far. And he makes the first. Bogdanovich is checked in for Sacramento. Fox hits them both. We've got 28 seconds left to play in the 3rd. Here's Brown. Shumpert with some nice D. And up the court come the Kings on the break. Shumpert's running. The wide open look here for Fox. Here's Koufos. That one drops for him. Koufos has got 6.
Love the grit on the offensive glass. Those are just epic points.
And at the end of the 3rd quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. Celtics out in front, delivering the blowout. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. The 4th quarter is coming up next. And now let's take a listen in to a recent huddle from Coach Dave Yeager.
Good stuff. Got on the move now. Got 3 stops in a row. Got 3 stops, easier to run over.
And Dave Yeager, liking the defense that's being played, feels there's going to be now a translation into how their offense will go.
Yeah, I mean, stops allow you to get the ball up the court much more quickly before the other team has a chance to get their defense set.
Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. On the floor for Sacramento, Carter outside of the 3 with Labissiere down at power forward. Amon Shumpert is out there with Mason. And it's Giles in at the 5, down low. And here's Conley outside. That one misses.
He hit a 3 in the first half. Now he's searching for his first outside shot in the second half.
Took him no time at all on that one.
See that quick shooting from Shumpert? He's a confident scorer in the mid-range.
Conley up top, guarded by Mason. Here's Harrison. A rebound by Carter. Ball's knocked loose, and the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Conley. Shane Larkin's checked in for the Celtics. And then for Sacramento, Willie Cauley-Stein. He's checked in for Skal Labissiere. And it's Jackson in for Shumpert. They get a hand on it. Tice, and it is flushed down with a nice jam.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Oh, well, that's because it was terrific anticipation. Also, the quick hands, a lethal combination.
Here's Brown, and they cash in right away with the quick shot.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Kings have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Mason kicks to Carter. Outside Jackson. Here's Cauley-Stein, and Cauley-Stein throws it down.
Oh, and the athleticism of Cauley-Stein on the drive is really outstanding. Not many players are equipped to try to stop him, given his insane length.
Tice. Rebound by the Kings.
Yeah, good interior D there prevents the deuce.
Oh, wonderful anticipation. He reads the play perfectly, then with the quick reaction time.
Mason dishes to Cauley-Stein. Jackson kicks to Mason. 5 on the clock. Pass to Cauley-Stein. Sacramento moving it around. Sinks the triple. Carter's got 5 points in the quarter.
That's a good way to boost his three-point percentage. Take advantage of some soft defense.
Larkin kicks to Baines. To the left wing. Lets it go with a 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
And that's how you answer back.
Trading bombs the last 2 possessions. They're going that one.
They set the pick. Outside Jackson. He feeds it to Carter. Over Brown. It's not going to go for him. Now the Celtics take it the other way. Here's Larkin. No good that time. Sacramento's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. And there's the foul. It's on Jaylen Brown. That's his first foul. And the game and the culture of basketball has so many subsets. One of those is the basketball shoe culture, the sneaker culture. Players competing almost as much, Chris, for style points as they are for actual points.
Oh, yeah, you know, and I love to say that I was part of that culture, you know, with the black socks and with some different shoes that I've had at the NBA. It's a lot of fun, man. It's something that your fans can relate to. It's something personal. It shows a personal side of what you have, your type of design. So, you know, you're very fortunate if you get your own kick deal, and I was fortunate. It's a lot of fun, and the fans love it.
And slam dunk by Tatum.
And you know Tatum wants to make a statement. Anytime he can get all the way to the rim, the D's got to have to do a better job of keeping a body on it.
And Chris, you've been working as an analyst now for quite some time. Do you feel that how you view and enjoy the game has changed as you've transitioned from being a player on the floor to the booth?
You know what? I've learned a lot, and I've learned to look at the game a different way, but I look at the game the same way. I think the onus is on the player to execute what the coach and the GM puts out there for you to do, for you not to become a one-dimensional player, for you to improve in the summertime. That's the only time you can improve. And when you don't come back and you don't improve, it's obvious that you have the same glaring weaknesses that
you had the year before. Even if you're not on a team that can compete for a championship, you want to make sure that you compete for a championship, that you compete for an all-star, that you compete to have your name out there. And so a lot of times we'll watch some of those teams, and I love seeing that they compete or if they laid it down early in the season. So, no, I would say that really what gives me an advantage is that the way that I looked at the game, and hopefully, you know, that gives me a unique perspective when I'm out there trying to talk to other basketball heads like myself.
Mike Conley's checked in for Shane Larkin. Zach Randolph's checked in for the Kings. Mon Shumpert has come in for Jackson. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Michael Conley. That's his third foul of the game. Going back to your playing days, Chris, you were drafted by the Magic but traded on draft day to the Golden State Warriors. If you had suited up for the Magic alongside Shaquille O'Neal, that would have been something.
Oh, yeah. I would have tried to, you know, I think I would have been the first Westbrook. That was my goal. If I was playing with Big Shaq, just do your job, and I would have averaged a triple-double easily. I would have averaged a triple-double. When you look at Dennis Scott, that would have been on the corner, Big Shaq up top, and that pick and roll right there, you're going to have to guard me or him, and I didn't mind throwing it up to a big fella. I love seeing people dunk from alley-oop, so that would have been fun. I would have tried to have Shaq break a backboard every single night. But, hey, can't go back in time, man.
The first free throw is good.
Well, and the Celtics, bringing in Brad Stevens as head coach in 2013. That same summer, they made their blockbuster trade with the Nets. 2 home run moves for their franchise.
Pass to Harrison. From deep. Offensive rebound. Here's Baines. And a missed layup.
Oh, that's terrific defense there. That's how you protect the rim.
Shumpert gets a wide open look. No good on the 3. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that high. And he makes both free throws. There's 10 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Stolen by Michael Conley. From deep. Misses there. And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. It was a tale of 2 teams tonight. One that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow from their perspective.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Chris Webber, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. See you later.